Hey guys, what is up? It's me, CroffStudios here, and I'm here with a LEGO 2015 DC Superhero Set review. And I'm here with set 76027, Black Manta Deep Sea Strike. It is 387 pieces, retails for $39.99 here in the USA, and it contains 4 minifigures. So, let's take a look at our box. Here's a look at the front of your box. And then here is a look at the back of your box. In this set, you get unusually 3 instruction manuals in this set, and you also do get one of these stupid comic books right here. But the first manual has 2 advertisements in it. You can see one right here for LEGO Batman 3, and then one right here on the back. For the second one, you do not have any advertisements, and on the third one, you have 1 advertisement on the back with the Pirate of Doom. Here are the extra pieces included in this set. The first minifigure included in this set is a new version of Batman. As we can see right here, we have the new torso print right there, which looks really cool. And he has a new molded helmet right there, which is, I think, better than the old one. It looks a lot cooler and more sleek, in my opinion. And he does come with this cape, which they are replacing the old ones with, I think, which is like this silky type of cape. I mean, I kind of like these capes. I feel like they're a little too light, but they're still cool. Not too terrible of capes. And when you lift this cape up, you can see some of his back printing right there, which isn't too bad. Looks pretty detailed. And turning him back around, basically, that's what Batman is. Also, he has the same head that comes in the Penguin face-off set right there. You can see his kind of grumpy face right there. Then you can see his scuba head on the back. So not a terrible minifigure. I think they did a good job with this new Batman. Second minifigure in this set is Scuba Robin, as you can see right here, and he is a pretty cool looking minifigure right here. He does come with 2 little black flippers, if you wanted to know. I just took them off so he could fit on the stand right there. He also does come with handcuffs. You can see in the background him hanging upside down. I still left the chains on him because that is what he's wearing when he's being hung on there. You can see not really much detail since you can't really see it with all his accessories on. And he does come with this hairpiece, which I'll show you in a second. So let's take a look at him without his accessories. So here's Robin without his accessories on. You can see right here. He has kind of a scared looking face right there, which I'm not too fond of. I think it's decent since he is scared a lot. You can see his hair right here. Not too bad. It's just the basic black hair piece. Then when you turn it around, you can see he has kind of the same head as Batman, except it's like a red and yellow color. It's not exactly the same, but it is pretty similar. And you can see his back printing is also very detailed. So pretty nice looking minifigure right here. The third figure in this set is Aquaman, and you can see right here, we have gotten him before in the Arctic Batman set. It is cool to get another version of him, so when that set discontinues, we will still have a way to get him. You can see his torso printing right there isn't too bad. Same thing with his face printing. Not bad. It is exactly the same as the old one. So I'm not really saying it's an amazing minifigure. They didn't really need to redo anything about him, so I'm not really complaining about him not being renovated or changed anyway. So when you take off his hair, you can see his double-sided head right there, which is exactly the same. I wish maybe they would have given us some new expressions, but other than that, he's still a cool figure. And if they would have given us new expressions, it would have made him like an awesome figure to get in the set since we're getting new versions of him. But they did just give us the same old Aquaman, so I'm not really too fond of this figure, but it's still decent to get in the set. Now onto the last minifigure, and definitely my favorite of the set, which is Black Manta, and he looks very accurate. You can see he looks amazing right there with the red eyes. Definitely very good, nice torso printing right there, and he does come with a spear, and the headpiece is actually 2 separate pieces, so basically you can... Let me show you. This is kind of an odd piece. The spear just kind of flew off. But you can see how it kind of detaches like that. So it's a kind of odd piece. When you put it on, it does all fit together. It's not going to like fall apart on you. And he does have back printing, which I will show you right now. And then here is Black Manta's back printing. Here are the first 2 builds you get in the set. The left side isn't really a build, but it's one of those new super jumper things. I think I'll show you how that works in a minute, but obviously you can put a minifigure right there. I will show you that in a second. But the other thing you do get right here, which is a little shark, and I really like the black mold right here. I wish they would have given us also a black mold for the front one, but I don't know why they gave us a gray one, which kind of sucks. It would have been cool to have a black shark, but it's still cool that you do get the back piece in a black color, so not really too bad, I guess. But they didn't put any piece to hold this down very well, but it's still fine. It's just kind of a small build. but it does have some small guns on it, so it's kind of a cool little build to put in the set. So I'll show you the little super jumper, and then we'll move on to the main builds. So basically with these little super jumpers, you just kind of basically press on the back and then kind of flick it up so you can kind of fly around. It's kind of lame in my opinion. They made a whole new piece just to do that little thing. But I mean, it's kind of cool to include a new special piece just for this. I mean, it does launch pretty far, kind of like these little frog plastic toys you used to get, and I don't know, teachers used to give them to me all the time, and they were these little plastic toy frogs you kind of press on their back and they would flop up in the air. So it kind of reminds me of that, but it's still a cool little thing to get with the set. So let's go on to the main builds. So here's the first build of the set. I'm not really too into this small build right here. It does have some nice pieces included into it, but it's kind of bland in my opinion. I wish they would have put some more plants around on the seafloor, but it's not too bad, I guess. But when you're taking a look at it, it does have one playability feature, which I'll show you in a second. But take a look at the details. You get a couple of these nice pieces right here with the nice little indent on the 2x2 brick. And I do like these pieces right here used as pillars that were also in the Atlantis series, and turning it around. Not really too much, but there is a playability feature which you can see. Also, you can see the trident up there, which is Aquaman's. So basically what you're supposed to do is you basically pull this out, and it unlocks this little thing right here. So basically you're supposed to launch Aquaman up there with a super jumper, and it like knocks this over. I'm not really going to try it because it takes a couple tries just to get it to knock over, but it's still a cool little feature where you can knock it over and, I don't know, Robin falls and Aquaman can get his staff. So it's a nice little added into the set. It's not really the best feature I've seen, but it's still a decent feature. The second model we get in the set is the Bat Submarine. You can see right here, it has a cool little piece right here, so you can turn it if you want to. It's pretty cool. On the front, they have this type of slant piece that they've printed stuff on multiple times, but they used a sticker on it this time, which is stupid. Wish you would have gotten a printed Bat logo, which would have been really cool. You can see a lot of nice details on here. It actually looks really sleek. You can see the bottom right there. Pretty nice looking. Not too bad. There's a lot of these pieces right here, these tall slanted pieces, and obviously you get one of these on here. Those are on like every Bat vehicle, and obviously you can fit Batman inside, so it's just kind of getting him into a sitting position. And this opens up right here, and the inside is just kind of a steering wheel with some yellow, I guess. Not really much of a submarine. I would think submarines have like different types of controls in it, but I mean, it's okay. It's a children's set, I understand. But when you put him inside, it's really annoying because his helmet moves around a lot when you're trying to get him inside. You can see how difficult it is. You have to put his hands like straight up in the air, which is kind of annoying in my opinion. I wish they would have made it easier to access. You can see the missiles right here. These can move up and down. Nice little feature right there. And obviously you know how flick missiles work. Not really too big of a feature. And this feature, I don't really know what it's supposed to be. I mean, it's a little drone that kind of just pops off. And I think like you could put Batman on here and he can like swim with it, so he can go faster instead of just trying to swim by himself. So it's a cool little add-in. I wish they would have put some details up on these studs. Not really much on there, but other than that, it's a decent sub. It doesn't really have a ton of features, but it's just okay. Here's the third and final model in the set, and this vehicle does look very, very cool. You can see right here, it looks amazing, but really it does not have very many features, which is, a lot of these builds have been lacking very good features. Well, like, they've been lacking good features on most of these vehicles, which has been kind of a annoying thing about these sets. You can see there's a lot of stickers on here, unfortunately. I wish they didn't use stickers on here. It's just really annoying, but I really love these silver slant pieces right here. I love those. Definitely a great use for those pieces in this set. And you can see all the red pieces they used on here. A lot of big pieces used, but it doesn't really, like, the wings don't fold or anything. It's just kind of a flat, you know, vehicle. I really love the window piece right here. Obviously you can see how that broke off. These missiles on the front, they're not really missiles, but basically they're those little gun pieces that are included in the battle pack sets, and you just kind of fire it off. It's kind of an odd feature. It's just a little feature. I mean, it's not really that great. Obviously you can fit Black Manta inside, but the inside's kind of bland. There is a little sticker detail in there, but it's not really much. It's just near the floor. The inside's kind of bland. They could have put a lot more. Go ahead and put him inside. It's kind of a tight fit because his head is really big, but they did make room for it, and I'm glad they were able to get him inside. I'm struggling to get him in, but you can see how he fits inside. He can actually see outside the window. It's pretty cool. This sticker's kind of stupid in my opinion. I don't really like the look of it. And obviously this can detach if you want it to. It's kind of cool because it's kind of like that what the minifigure does too. The minifigure's head detaches into like two pieces. I like how the back part does that too. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it's still a cool little vehicle, I guess. It doesn't really do much, which is kind of boring. But yeah, let's go into the ratings. Alright guys, now onto the rating on this set. This set isn't the worst set I have seen from DC before. The Bat sub is kind of mediocre in my opinion. It doesn't do much. Most of these Bat vehicles have been really boring from LEGO. They do almost nothing, and most of the features are flawed, such as the one in the Joker Steamroller set where the wings always flop around when you're trying to fly the vehicle, which is really annoying. So they really need to step up their game when they're making these Bat vehicles because they're really mediocre in my opinion. And the figures aren't crazy cool except for Black Manta. Black Manta is an amazing figure. The Batman is cool and new, I guess, but he's not really something to go crazy about. The Robin is just, you know, it's just a regular Robin that we've seen before. And then Aquaman is old, so we don't really need to talk about him very much. But the set is decent, 387 pieces for $39.99, not terrible price, but the features in the set are really mediocre and not very good. So I'm going to give this set a 7.6 out of 10. It's not the worst set I have seen from DC, but it's not the best. I would recommend getting this if you're really looking to get that Black Manta minifigure, and some of the vehicle pieces have some nice pieces on there. And if you are a DC collector, obviously get this set. But other than that, there's not really a reason to get it, and it maybe for retail or to resell, but that's about it. Not really much to do with the set, so that's why I'm giving it a 7.6. So that is basically it for this review. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.